Today we're going to see what the MySQL node is and how you can use it. The MySQL node is useful for you to connect to your MySQL database and do CRUD operations on it. To connect MySQL with BuildShip, users need to ensure that they have a hosted version of MySQL that is publicly accessible from the internet. Local hosts or local IP addresses cannot be used with this integration. In this example, we'll be using a hosted MySQL database and using myPHP as the MySQL client to access it. You can use any MySQL database hosted on any cloud platform, like GCP, AWS, PlanetScale, and many others. To use the MySQL nodes, we'd need the following information: the database host, the database name, the database username, and the database password. I'm going to add the SQL query node. As you can see, with those 4 inputs that I specified before, host, name, username, and password, the only thing missing is to write our SQL query. Let's try out the insert row node. Aside from our database, we've also got the table and the data inputs. Let's try it out by putting in some sample input. Once that's done, we can click on the test node button. Now, this is going to allow us to test the node without actually shipping the workflow. We'll see that the row was successfully inserted. Let's go back to phpMyAdmin and give it a refresh so that we can see that our row was successfully inserted. And there we go, a Shiba Inu from Japan. Let's try out the update row node. First, we need a filter to specify which row we'd like updated. Now, I want to update row 3. So we're going to specify that ID as number 3. Then for my data, I'm going to change origin to Germany and the breed to Doberman. Then I'll click on test node. This should update the row in my database. Row successfully updated. Let's go back to phpMyAdmin and give that a refresh. And there it is, ID 3, Doberman, Germany. Next, I want to delete my latest row in my database, so I'm going to use the delete row node. I need to specify a table name and the filter, so I'm going to use ID equals 5. Then I'll click on test node. This should now delete the row that passes this filter from my database. Row successfully deleted. Let's go back to phpMyAdmin, give that a refresh, and verify that everything worked. And there it is. Now we only have 4 rows. Next, let's try out the SQL query node. I want to find out which of my dog breeds come from China. So I'm going to write some SQL here in the SQL query. Select star from test, where origin is equals to China. All I got to do now is click on test node. And if I go back to phpMyAdmin real quick, I see I've got 2 dogs from China, Sharpei and Chow Chow. And there they have it. Finally, we'll try the select query node. To specifically select data, using first in our columns, a list of which columns we would like to get in our result. So I'm going to put in ID and breed. Then there's the filter. So I'll put that as origin China. And like before, we have those 2 dogs from China. So in our result, we should get the ID and the breed of those 2 specific dogs. And there it is. But what if I want to get the data from the entire table? I can leave the columns as a blank list, and the filter can be blank as well. Now, when I query my database, I should get all of the data from that table. And there it is. So there you have it. Now we can use MySQL with BuildShip in just a few clicks with no code. But this is just the beginning. Expand on this to build your ideas any way you like with a powerful backend. See you in the next video.